Okay, square up your hips, the loops, put them around your feet. Let's go into leg work. Alright. Hamstring stretch. Send your 2 feet to the sky. Now be sure that as you pull your thigh bones back, okay, by tugging the cords, that simultaneously your tailbone remains on the mat. Just keep it slow down. Always remember that cue that Kathy uses, thinking of your pelvis like it's a block of concrete. Like a 100-pound block of concrete on the mat. It'd be tough to roll back a block of concrete, right? So that pelvis is just heavy on the mat, not going anywhere as you pull back at your hamstring muscles. Okay, take 2 deep breaths while you're doing what you're doing. And as you drag those thigh bones back, just visualize the hip joint right now. Just think about that head in the socket. We're going to move there. Just think about that head in the socket. All right, friends, lower down your extended legs, showing them closer to the springs. Maybe you can get your legs so low that they are in line with your sitting bones. Like if I can stop moving. If I stand here, my feet are underneath my sitting bones. Can you get that low? Like you're standing in the loops? Okay, now we gotta push our ribs down though, right? Get your ribs down. Balance out the loops, pressure on the bottoms of your feet. So there's not too much pressure on the outsides. Soften your knees. Now movement, send your 2 feet to the sky. Start with double leg lowers. From the top, perform that, the double leg lower down, to where you're standing inside of the loops again. Okay, then repeat, send the feet up. Let's coordinate that with an inhale. And then double leg lower down, exhale. Group a triangle. Create that with your thumbs and index, a triangle. You see that triangle? Place it right on the top of your pelvis. Yeah, with the triangle placed on the top of your pelvis. Use that as feedback. Okay, if your pelvis were to tuck, your fingertips would begin to point up to the ceiling. Let's avoid that. So put a little bit more pressure on your fingertips as the feet get higher. So that's one strategy to keep the pelvis in neutral. Okay, but think about where you're mechanically moving though. Okay, the hip joint, your feet are going up, that head is spinning back. Drive those heads down in your sockets when your feet go up. And you're gonna feel that stops the springs from doing the work that they wanna do. You wanna lift the tailbone from the mat. So push the heads down. Okay, and that's gonna keep that solid pressure on the tail. As you pull down, pull evenly from the backs of your 2 legs. Do a good job pushing down that rib cage on the double leg lower. Group the next time you are standing inside of the loops. So when your legs are down, I'll have you freeze. Show me how close in line you can get them with your sitting bones. Push down those ribs. Okay, put your legs in a turnout. Put your fingertips on your hips. Okay, in a turnout, I want you to do circles. Okay, you're gonna open your legs, circle to the top. When your heels tap at the top, open again and circle back to the bottom. Good. Okay, you'll repeat from the bottom to the top. So Kathy circled, right? And then from the top to the bottom. Okay, and understand that circles can be done any way you want. If you want to go up circles, down circles, circles like this. In circles.
Jackie?
I do triangles.
Use your fingertips for feedback. Well, if one of the hips wants to pick up, it's going to be pressed down by your fingertips. Okay, your ribs do a good job keeping them down. And as you're performing these circles, let's emphasize the turnout right now. Okay, which is really tough to hold, you'll find, when your legs are coming together at the top. Okay, so when you're closing that circle at the top, as those thigh bones are coming closer, the head's going to want to spin neutral. You're going to work really hard to spiral out there. And along the way, if you experience imbalance, well, the tightness needs to be stretched. Okay, so use this movement to open up the tightness. Okay, at the bottom of the circle, let's coordinate that with our exhale. So as you're circling to the bottom, coordinate that with your exhale. And I want you to engage the pelvic floor muscles at the end of that exhale. So when your heels come together, your pelvic muscles are on.
Shakies.
Right? Come on, Rick, stay down. Can you make your heels go any wider? So that's that distal point of the leg lever, right? Heels, can you make them go wider on the circle part? Ugh. Okay, let's all do one more in each direction. You guys are gonna get quite the workout today. Work hard to spiral at the top. Okay, and then when you close at the bottom, I hope your pelvic muscles are working. Okay, at the bottom, with your two heels together, let's now bring our legs about halfway up. So your thigh bones are at roughly 45 degrees. And let's do frog next, frog legs. So let's allow our legs to bend. Make sure your tailbone does not lift. And then go ahead and press. Now with your frog legs, let's keep the gap that's between the knees fairly narrow. No wider than the width of your shoulders. Narrow so that the inner hamstring muscles do not stretch. Okay? See if we can get those muscles to respond to the pinch of our heels. So imagine that between your heels you've got like a quarter or a coin, something really special to you in between your heels that you do not want to drop. Or maybe your heels are super glued together. It'd be tough to disconnect those heels. Okay, when you extend those legs out, exhale fully. Again, at the end of the exhalation, make that pelvic floor muscle connection. I like that thought of opposition. My heels go that way, pelvic floor goes that way. Okay, we're going to go through some frog variations today, which are under the category of advanced. When your legs are extended out, go ahead and pause for me. And we'll call this position here your starting position. Okay? So let's do swimming frogs first. Would you bend your legs, just like you've been working on, extend out into a straddle position, turn out on your hips, and then close the straddle. Okay, and then repeat, going back into frog, coordinate bending your legs with an inhale. Hold the air as you create your straddle, and then finally exhale as you close the straddle. And group, I encourage you, when you close the straddle, to imagine there's like this large beach ball between your thighs that you're squeezing. Squeeze it evenly. And make that pelvic floor muscle connection at the end of the squeeze. Focus on being symmetrical, perfectly balanced. Does my left leg open like my right? Squeeze. One more in that direction. Okay, when you close, pause for me. Now we're going to reverse it. So go back to the straddle. Show me in range of motion straddle. Now as your knees bend, the heels come right together. And then press. Okay, let's do that again. So you're going to inhale, open to a straddle. Hold the air as your knees bend and your heels come straight together. Yep, and then press.
And then is it narrow to the same?
Yeah, once your heels come together, why don't you narrow out that gap and then press. I like that idea. It can be done either way, but let's emphasize turn out as you open. And then when the heels finally come together, then you can narrow that gap and press. Yeah. Good. And when you're pressing, those heels come together, get your pelvic floor muscles turned on. Okay. Keep pushing your ribs down. Okay, do one more. Make this last one your best. Really squeeze your heels when they come together. Really squeeze them. Okay, and then when you're at start, freeze. And next we're gonna do split frogs with your hands on your hips. Straddle out one leg, frog the other. Are your hips, okay, bring it back to start. So extended legs out front. Now open the other one, bend the other, and then pull back to start. Okay, the straight leg travels at an upright angle so that the opposite hip doesn't pick up. There you go. Pay attention to the heel of your bent leg, that it doesn't cross the midline of your body. Okay, so the line that runs from your nose to your belly button, that heel does not cross it. Okay, so that's setting the check mark or the split position. Now, when you pull back to start, we're exhaling. To get you there, I want you to really push into the loop of the bent leg. Okay, so once you set your split, then push into the loop of the bent leg. As you push into that loop, pull from the inner hamstring of the straight leg. So think like that push and pull thing to get you back home. Push and pull. And when those heels are finally connected, engage your pelvic floor muscles. Yeah, so once you set your split, push and pull pelvic floor. Okay, do one more in each direction. Hips stay level the entire time. There's no way that opposite hip comes up. On that straight leg, the opposite hip does not come up. Group when your two are complete, you're gonna freeze back at start. And the last variation is circular frog. You guys dying? Okay, hold the V shape with your feet. Okay, circular frog. Okay, we're gonna send our legs up to the sky. So feet up. Okay, push your tailbone down. Now from here, I want you to bend your knees, pulling your heels straight down to the springs. And then press. Okay, so there's three parts to this. Part one, the feet go up to the sky. Part two, the knees bend, so that's a hamstring curl. And then part three, press. Good. And try to keep your feet in a V the whole time, so that really important object that's between your heels will not drop. Part two is the hardest part of this exercise. When your knees bend, try not to let your thigh bones move. So you have it right knee, so let your knees bend and pull the heels straight to the springs, and then press back to start. Yeah, and then go back up and down. Feet go up, knees bend, use your hamstrings to do that, and then press. Good.
This is so shaky.
And it's hard. Yeah, squeeze your heels tighter so your hamstrings work harder. Yeah. Good. You're ready? Yeah, they're really shaking. Do one more in that direction, up and around. Tailbone remains on the mat. Yeah, no, good job.
This is so hard.
Okay, and then let's reverse to finish up. Okay, so you're gonna go back to frog, up with 2 feet. Okay, allow the backs of your knees to extend. And then when you double leg lower down, come down just to 45 degrees. Okay, and then repeat. So heels draw down the midline, travel up, and then pull, exhale. Just come straight down, Allie. There you go. Okay, now bend your legs to the frog position.
Okay, so it's just like backwards.
It's backwards. Yep. Okay, I know, right? Why are you shaking? Yep. Okay, now come back down.
I'm glad I'm not the only one.
Yeah, you're doing it right. Something's working in there.
This is why people should not be able to take 3 classes in a day.
Yeah, I know, right? Like, how do you do that? Okay, go around one more time. Squeeze your 2 heels. Push down your tailbone. And when you finish down, send your feet to the sky.
Oh.
And grab your cords and stretch. Did you get that on tape?
I'm stretching my legs really.
I'm glad you're not like recording me in this position in my short stack. You didn't know that.
The shaking was very impressive, though. I wish I had recorded that.
That was awesome. Okay, let's go through the 4-part stretch series. We'll go through it pretty quick today. Take your right foot out of the loop and slip your right foot. You can go under the foot bar or put your foot on the bar, either way. Now with the loop around your left foot, I want you to send your left heel straight up to the sky so that the back of your knee extends out. Okay, and then tug the cord to bring the thigh bone back from your hip. Okay, so that heel comes up, knee straightens out back there. And then that gentle tug of the core brings that thigh bone back. Really emphasize that heel coming up. Lifting that thing up out of your, hip. Breathe. Okay, now connect your right foot to the foot bar, lined up with your right sitting bone. Push out, and then cross the left leg over. Only as far as the left pelvic bone allows, though. Okay,
This
so
is
keep
the hardest stretch for me of all of them.
the NIT band.
Yeah, it's just,
It's
so
not a
painful.
real good stretch.
It's like painful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My feet always go numb in this one.
Oh, interesting, yeah.
I can feel it like from my heel all the way up.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, super tight there. What if you bend your knees a little bit? Still pretty effective.
Then I like it.
Yeah, then
That
it's
changes
It's like
everything.
more in the
The
back.
chain, it kind of shifts more
Yeah.
towards your hip type thing, or, yeah. Definitely one that you can play around with. Also be mindful of your foot. So like Amy, try not to roll your left ankle while you're dragging your leg across.
Okay.
So think less of an ankle stretch, more
Like,
around the thigh bone area. Yeah.
took me a minute.
That makes a difference.
Which was my left foot just now.
So,
I was looking at it, I'm like, oh, wait, that's not the one he's talking about.
right?
No, I just make it.
It makes a big difference, yeah. Okay, now do inner hamstring or the check mark stretch. So yeah, left leg goes out and then right foot needs to come to the right, so that creates the counterbalance for your pelvis. You just turn out in the right leg to keep that pelvic bone down. Really spiral on that right thigh bone. Yeah, breathe. Thank you. Okay, now go into figure four stretch, figure four. Okay, if you're really tight in that left hip, the pelvic bones are gonna wanna rotate to the left. So I like to grab the rope with my right hand and pull across a little bit to level them back out. Circle your right foot around, footwork it.
I'm still on the first leg.
We are. Okay, put your right foot onto the foot bar, take your left foot out, and we'll switch legs. So I'll have you begin with your right heel straight up to the sky. And hold just let that will extend out the back of your knee. And then tug the cord gently to bring the thigh bone back from the hip. So the back line of your right leg, stretch it out from the heel all the way down to your glute. Breathe through the stretch. Okay, put your left foot on the foot bar, lined up with your left sitting bone, and then cross